Hey guys, this is carsonmtech here, back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be checking out the relatively new Røde VideoMic NTG. This microphone is a culmination of some of Røde's best microphones. If you know Røde, you probably know them by their Røde VideoMic Pro, which is one of the halves of this, and the other half is the Røde NTG, and that is one of their higher end microphones. Together, they form the VideoMic NTG, and this microphone packs a punch, as well as including some new features that weren't present in the other microphones. So I'm excited to be checking this out today, and I do want to say up front that Røde did send me this as well as some other cool gear, but they're not paying me to say anything in this video, so all opinions are my own. And also I will be comparing this to a Røde VideoMicro, which I purchased myself a couple years ago, and that's what's recording this audio right now. I've been using it for years and I've loved it, but I do want to compare it. Although they are completely different price brackets, they are from the same company, so I do want to compare them and see the sound quality difference there. And also I'll be comparing it to a cheap Purple Panda Lav microphone. I understand it's, again, in a completely different price category as well as the use cases with this, but still, it has pretty decent sound quality, and I've used it in a lot of videos as well. So I do want to compare the three microphones today in this video, but that's not the main focus, because the main focus is on the Røde VideoMic NTG. So without saying any more, let's get right into the unboxing. So before opening this up, I just want to show you the outside of the box. It gives the typical information that you would expect from something like this. Inside, you will get another box, and this contains even more information. Not too much more, but it does give more information here. But opening it up, inside, you will get access to the microphone, and this is what the microphone looks like. It is a pretty decently sized microphone. It's not too big and it's not too small. It comes with a nice wind guard here on it, so that is nice. Taking that off, you can take a look at the grill of the microphone there itself, if my camera would focus. So this just easily goes on to the mic like so, and you've got your microphone, which, as you can see, taking a look here, it has a USB-C port, which is just absolutely awesome. USB-C everything, honestly. And it's got a bunch of stuff here, which I will talk about later. So it's got two buttons, and it's got a gain knob. And then here on the other side, you've got an audio output. And this goes to your camera, of course, or to headphones in another scenario, which I'll be talking about later. But setting this aside, you will also find some directions. And then here on the sides are some cables. So pushing this out, this one right here is your USB-C to USB type A cable, and then on the other side you've got your TRRS cable. And it's nice that this is a TRRS because it is then compatible with devices like phones as well as computers and stuff like that. So it's nice that it has this, and it's pretty cool because the microphone can actually sense what type of device it's plugged into and will change in accordance to that. So if your device only takes in a TRS type, then it will automatically sense that and it will output appropriately. But it does come with the TRRS, which is nice. So plugging this into the mic is great. You just plug it in, and then you can route the cable through this nice cable holder here along the bottom. This is a Rycote mount, which doesn't really mean that much, but it's a pretty good absorbing mount that takes out a lot of vibrations if you're running around with a microphone on top of your camera or a boom pole, whatever the case may be. It's nice to have that there because it prevents the microphone from shifting around so much. Røde also threw me a Røde WS11, and this is just a more intense windshield for the VideoMic NTG. Alrighty, so before getting into some audio tests as well as some comparisons, I do want to show you an up close of all that happens on this microphone, because there's a lot going on here, which is pretty great. So first of all, here on the bottom, as I already mentioned, this is a gain knob, which goes from all the way on 15 all the way down to 1, and this is a non-stop gain knob as well. So you can go in between each number, and you don't have to worry about it like audibly having levels. So if you're adjusting this on the fly, you don't have to worry about that. Right above that, you will find your power button that also controls these three lights right here, or actually two of them. To power them on, basically all you got to do is press and hold for about 2 seconds, and you will see the green light turns on. But that isn't your only way of turning it on. You just plug this into your camera, and as soon as you turn on your camera, the microphone senses that it's on and it turns on the microphone, and when you turn off your camera, it turns off the microphone as well. And this just saves battery power because this does have a 30-hour built-in battery, which is fantastic, but that isn't totally ideal if it's not shutting off. So it is nice that that is included. And so you don't have to necessarily really ever use the power button. But if you do press it, you first off have a 20 level drop pad, which is nice to have if you are in a very loud environment. Next over is a safety channel, and if you don't know what a safety channel is, it's pretty awesome actually, and I've never had this in a microphone before, but all it does is it has one channel, typically the left channel, as just regular level, whatever you have it out of the microphone. So say I had it set to 10, and I didn't have any filters on. That's what it's set to with the left channel. But on the right channel is a safety channel, and that allows for if you have a really loud event happen, you can switch to the other audio channel in post because that is a 20 dB drop as well. So if you have something really loud go on, then you don't have to worry, and you do have that safety channel if you have this turned on. And then right next to that, well, first of all, you can turn both of these on at the same time, and then just turn them off. Next to that is a clipping warning. So if you are in a very loud environment and you are clipping, then it will show you by putting out a red light. These over here are some high pass filters, 75 and a 150. And then all the way on the right is a high frequency boost. And the high frequency boost is key if you have a large wind guard on the microphone like I do here. Both the high pass filters, you can do one at a time, as well as turning on the high frequency boost at the same time by long pressing. And by long pressing, that turns on the high frequency boost. You can click through and not use the high pass filters and just have the high frequency boost, or with the 75 and the high frequency boost. Basically, this is super customizable and super awesome. And to just turn it off again, press and hold 2 seconds and it's off. So that's pretty much all for the hardware here on top. On the bottom here, just the mount for the camera. This does unscrew and it allows you to move the mount forwards and backwards. So this is nice depending on your mounting scenario. You may want to have it more balanced, so you might put it more towards the front, or if you want it towards the back a bit more, you can do that. So overall, this microphone I feel was very well thought out. I love the design, but design isn't everything. So now let's go and throw this up on the camera and show you some audio quality. All right, so here we are in the audio test, which is probably what a lot of you have wanted from the beginning of this video, so here you go. This is currently being recorded on the Røde VideoMic NTG, which is placed above my main camera. And then over here on this camera, I've got my Røde VideoMicro, as well as the Purple Panda. So those are both going into my Panasonic G7 camera, and the Røde VideoMic NTG is plugged into my Panasonic G85. So both of these cameras have very, very similar audio DACs, if not the exact same. So if you're somebody who's usually concerned about audio tests having different recorders going into them, then these should be exactly the same. The levels on my Panasonic G85 is turned all the way down to the lowest setting, which is -12 dB. And then I've got the Røde VideoMic NTG turned up to a 6. And then over here on the Panasonic G85, I do have it turned to similar levels. However, because these are lower powered microphones, I do have to have the level at around a 6. So that is how those are in post. I won't be turning up or adjusting anything. So now that I went through all that, I'm going to first off just back up to show you how the sound is when I back up. So as you can hear from the Purple Panda has a very decent sound, and especially for its price point, it is astounding and has blown me away in all of its audio performance in a lot of my videos. And because I am further away right now, it sounds better. But microphones such as the Røde VideoMic NTG and the Røde VideoMicro don't sound so great from this distance because they tend to pick up a lot of background noise. But as I get closer, and I'm talking really close right now, you can hear that the audio coming out of both of these are pretty good. However, the VideoMic NTG has an astounding sound coming out of it, and notably, because it is highly directional, I can walk over to the side, like I'm doing right now. You won't be able to see me, but I'm currently standing to the side of the microphone, and because of that directionality of it, you can't really hear me much anymore. And then once I come right back to the front again, you can hear me. Now if I do the same thing with the Røde VideoMicro, as I walk to the side, you can continue to hear me even when I'm over on the side, which is something that could be good or it could be bad. It just depends on your scenario. And the Purple Panda, of course, since it's right here, you'll hear me no matter where I am, so there is that. But because of that directionality, this may be something if you are shooting in a studio or having it up on a boom pole. This could be a fantastic, relatively cheap option for you. Now, this isn't the cheapest microphone out there on the market. However, for its performance and its price, it is astounding. And from what I've heard already from it, which I've been using the microphone for the last 2 months in a lot of my videos, it has been amazing. So one more test before moving on to plugging the NTG into a computer. I'm just gonna stop talking and let you have a listen of the ambient noise that it picks up. I might turn up the levels in post, which I'll let you know on the screen if I do, but I'm just gonna stop talking now so you can hear the surroundings, and there are birds, so I apologize for that. But this will give you a good opportunity to know how much ambient noise it picks up when you're not talking. And there you have that. Hopefully that was adequate enough for you. So now, since I've went over all that, the microphone is compatible with laptops, which is awesome. And that's not just plugging in the 3.5mm jack. It literally will plug in through USB. So you will have a great sounding microphone as if it is just a regular USB microphone. So I'm now going to be going to a clip where I have this plugged into my computer, so you can have a listen to how it sounds when it is plugged into a computer. As promised, I am currently recording the Røde VideoMic NTG directly into my 2018 Apple MacBook Pro, and so this is just your audio test here. I will turn the mic to the side so you can hear how it sounds with the movement there. So it is still highly directional, and I think it actually sounds more directional when it's plugged into a computer for some reason. I don't know. The monitoring directly into your headphones is great. It is instantaneous because it's immediately out of the microphone, and it sounds good too, so that's awesome. And the gain knob, using this as a gain knob for the headphones, is pretty good as well. So there you go. This is how this sounds directly into a computer, and it also gives you an idea of how this sounds in an indoor space. Here is the Røde VideoMicro, and here is the Røde VideoMic NTG. And if you want a further away, these are right next to each other now. So we've got the Røde VideoMic NTG. This is how it sounds indoors. And then we've got the Røde VideoMicro. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now so we can finish off this video. So there you have it. That is the end of this video. I hope after listening to it through the computer and these audio tests here, you've been able to get an opinion of whether or not you believe that this microphone is right for you. For me personally, I love it. It's been working great. And as far as the battery life goes, it has been astounding. With it only having 30 hours, I figured that that probably wouldn't last me very long, but it honestly, with the auto power off feature, has made it amazing to have. And I haven't had any issues with the battery lasting too short of time, and 30 hours is pretty accurate as far as its battery life, so that is awesome. But with that being said, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to let me know by clicking the thumbs up button down below. And if you want to purchase this microphone for yourself, I will be leaving links down below in the description. Shout out once again to Røde for sending me this microphone, but like I said already, they didn't pay me to say anything in this video, so all opinions were my own. But yeah, with that being said, if you want to see future videos from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to see my last video, that should be up there. And some random video should be down there. But that is pretty much it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.